Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, let's get started. So today we've got the Arturia Microfreak, and as I was using the Microfreak in yesterday's video, which if you haven't seen that yet, by the way, I highly recommend checking it out. Basically, I made an entire beat on the PO33KO using only sounds from the Microfreak, including the drums. It was a lot of fun. There's going to be a link to that in the description if you'd like to see it. But anyway, as I was using the Microfreak, I discovered another layer of depth to the already pretty deep patch bay. So if you don't know, the Arturia Microfreak has this kind of digital patch bay here with a bunch of modulation sources and destinations with 3 custom slots that allow you to basically assign any knob really on the Microfreak as a custom destination. But there's actually another level of depth to this that I really haven't seen documented anywhere. I'm sure it's probably in the manual, but the Microfreak manual is huge, and I doubt that everyone has read the whole thing. So I'm excited to show this to you guys. Before I do that, though, I do need to shout out one of my patrons. Today's shout out goes to Gerald Burns. Gerald, thank you so much for supporting the channel. It means the world to me, and it really does keep things running around here, so I appreciate it. If you would like to become a patron and support the channel, just head over to patreon.com/freebeat. You can check out the different tiers and the benefits like a Discord server and shout outs. All right, let's get going. So I've got an initialized patch right here. Doesn't really matter what wave type we're on or oscillator type or anything, because it's just a tip to show you guys how to use the patch bay. So I'm going to try to keep it pretty simple. So first, what we need to do is let's go ahead and let's set like our cycling envelope to control our filter. I'll show you. I promise we're going someplace that makes sense with this. So let's go ahead. Cycling envelope to filter cutoff. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go negative with it. Just all the way down. There we go. So now our cycling envelope is just controlling our filter cutoff. We can mess with the resonance, mess with the timing of the cycling envelope. There we go. That's pretty okay. Now that's a very, very simple patch, Nothing really too crazy going on. However, we can actually assign the amount of the cycling envelope controlling the cutoff to a custom destination. So this number right here, when I say, the cycling envelope affects the cutoff and we pick a number between -100 and +100, we can actually set that number as a modulation destination, which is absolutely nuts. So we can have one of our 5 different modulation sources control this number and turn this knob automatically for us. So I'm going to leave it at -100. Set that. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to pick what slot we're going to assign it to. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to say slot 3. So I'm going to hold down the slot 3 button. Now here is normally where you would wiggle a knob and say, okay, well, assign 3 is going to the attack of the envelope, and that's a destination there. But what we actually want to do is set the cycling envelope controlling the cutoff point as our custom destination. So to do that, while I'm holding assign 3, if I use the knob, you can see that the white LED is still moving. So we can actually scroll all the way to where cycling envelope meets cutoff. We can see here, matrix assign 3 is going to be the amount that the cycling envelope affects the filter cutoff. Click in the button, and now it is set. So now assign 3 is the amount that the cycling envelope affects the filter cutoff. So of course nothing has changed in the sound yet because we're not moving that number yet. So now we can set a modulation source to control that number. So what we're going to do in this case is use the keyboard pressure, which if you're not familiar with the Microfreak, has this really cool keybed that allows you to basically, the more of your finger on there, it can send a value to really whatever you'd like. Common ones are just like pitch and filter cutoff by itself, but instead we're going to use that to control the amount that the cycling envelope is affecting the filter cutoff. So remember, we set that to assign 3, so I'm going to go to pressure and then assign 3 right there. Now it's going to want me to pick how much it's going to affect how much the cycling envelope affects the cutoff. So I'm going to hold this down and slowly turn it up. And now, when I push my finger, it affects how much of the cycling envelope affects the filter cutoff. And I have it set maxed out at 100 just to kind of show you guys how it works. Let you hear it. Let's set it to like, I don't know, 44.2. So as you guys can see, all of a sudden we can get really, really in depth with how this works. I believe we could even further assign this matrix point right here, where the pressure is controlling how much the cycling envelope is controlling the cutoff. I think we can assign that to a different slot. Let's see here. Oh man, you can. So now we can have something else control assign 1, like we can set the LFO to it. And because we're really only playing with the filter cutoff with all these, it's not going to be super, super crazy and noticeable. But you guys can see the potential here, because all of a sudden now, oh man. Mess with the LFO shapes. All of a sudden, you can get so in depth. So again, let me just say what we've got going on here. The LFO is controlling custom assign 1. Custom assign 1 is dictating how much keyboard pressure affects assign 3. Assign 3 is dictating how much of the cycling envelope is controlling the filter cutoff. So as soon as we apply keyboard pressure, all of a sudden the LFO rate affects how much this is affecting this. And that just absolutely blows my mind. There is so much depth to this synthesizer, and I cannot wait to see what other stuff I can come up with. I'm really excited to get into the 2-operator FM engine. That's kind of the next one on my list, and to find out what that can do. And yeah, I think we already knew this synth was blown wide open, so now it's even wider open, I guess you could say. Did you guys know about this? Because I did not. If you did, let me know in a comment down below. Let me know if there's anything else like super crazy about that, because I feel like that's a pretty big feature that I just missed. If you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and leave a like on it. If not, you can leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.